just perseverance. Just keep going, you know, even if your wife's mad at you. Just keep hunting as much as you can and get out there. Do you ever feel like when you're turkey hunting, you see lots of deer, and when you're deer hunting, you see lots of turkey? Well, first week of the season, I was hunting across the creek and a nice bachelor group of bucks came in. Of course, they've lost their aim. Came across the creek to get a drink of water. Got real close, and it was a real cool experience, just being that close. And that's why I have a hard time in pinning down one particular outdoor activity that I like or one particular species of game I like to hunt, because to me it's all about being out there and just experiencing those types of situations and being that close to wildlife. And that's what makes a hunt cool, you know. Just being out in the woods as much as possible, you know, for me is one of the big reasons, you know, why I try to pursue game all year round. So, you know, in turkey hunting, you don't really, you're not very concerned about scent elimination and playing the wind, things like that. So, you know, I had deodorant on, and you know, I was out there, I was sweating, I had the same clothes on for, you know, I was wearing the same hunting clothes day after day and stuff. So they were getting to smell a little raunchy. They were definitely on to me. They could definitely smell me. It did not take them very long to figure out that something wasn't right. So they tuck tail and run pretty quick. So it's a pretty rough season for me in the beginning, and then finally, and I'll never forget this day, because you know, I was sitting there before daylight and I just heard this really weird sound. So I'm never gonna forget that morning, just because I still to this day don't remember what is that sound. I had heard 3 gobblers about a week prior, so I knew kind of where they were roosting, and I was headed to that spot, and I didn't quite get there when I heard a gobble 75 to 100 yards away. And so I just stopped right there, and I put out my decoys, and I sat and waited. Now as soon as, and I called real lightly at first, but as soon as they flew down, they pretty much walked right away, directly away from me. I had 2 other set locations, and they were responding to my call somewhat, but it wasn't anything that I was getting super excited about, and it didn't seem like they'd get close, maybe 100 yards away, and then they just wouldn't get any closer. And so I think what was happening is we were coming to a barbed wire fence, and they just didn't want to cross that fence. Got one responding to my calls. He's still a good ways away. I can't tell if he's close to the distance or not. I set up my last set, put my decoys out, and I was about to kind of give up because a tractor came in, and I felt like it had pushed the birds away, because the goblin, it just got further and further away. So I figured, you know, they got spooked and they weren't coming in to me. So I came out into the field to get my decoys, and I look to my left and I see this hen that's walking directly away from me. So luckily she didn't see me and didn't let out an alert call or anything like that. This was one of the last days that I was going to be able to hunt, so I knew I had to do something pretty aggressive. So I was going to grab my decoys and I was going to run around and try to head them off, because I could still hear them gobbling, but they were just getting further and further away. But then they went quiet for just a bit, and I was sitting there and I could not figure out what I wanted to do. You know, did I want to move? Did I want to just keep waiting? You know, time was ticking, and finally I was just like, you know what? I got to get closer. So about the time that I decide, you know what, I'm going to move and I'm going to cut around them and try to head them off, I seen 2 heads pop up over the hill in the field, probably 70 yards away. So I just drop to the ground and start crawling. You know, I don't have my camera, it's back behind me. All I have is my Tacticam and the GoPro on the decoy. So I grab my decoy, I crawl over to it, I grab my tom decoy, I put out the fan, I get behind it, and I just start crawling towards these birds that are headed parallel to me, and they look like they're headed towards that live hen. So I'm crawling towards them. And I start fanning a little bit, and then that finally gets their attention. And they look at it and they finally see my decoys, and they start heading towards me. A great, exciting hunt. Totally worth it. I learned so much this year, and I couldn't be more happy and blessed to get a bird, and you know, just to be out there and have all these experiences and learn about these animals. And you know, they're such a cool bird, and it's so fascinating to me. What's up, guys? I just shot a nice tom here. I'm trying to sit here and think about what just happened. First of all, I am so happy and blessed to have this bird, because it's been a rough season for me. Times you gotta really make some aggressive tactical moves. I almost made a huge error. You know, I was always gonna be walking through that field trying to cut around those gobblers when they were actually turned and coming back towards me. So some of it's luck, a lot of it's luck, and that's hunting, you know, that's how it goes. But I'm super happy with this bird. We're gonna go have some turkey nuggets, and I've got morels soaking. You know, get outside. Even if you like me this season and you just keep running into different stuff, just keep going. You know, if nothing else that I've learned a lot, like tactics wise for turkeys, and just their behavior, especially when they are, you know, have a lot of pressure from hunting. But not only that, but just perseverance. Just keep going. This is Chet Donath with Donath Outdoors, and if you would, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. I've been working hard this last year to try to, you know, make my goals in this channel, and to provide, you know, outdoor entertainment to as many people as I can. Just getting people outside, getting people hunting or fishing or anything outdoors. But anyway, if you like this content, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting, and get outside.